Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got some good news out of Beaufort for those of you who love some food and seeing the sights and sounds of the Crystal Coast. It is time. It's time to taste new flavors, explore new restaurants, and mark down your favorites. Now during Crystal Coast Restaurant Week, participating restaurants along the Crystal Coast offer special menus and deals in addition to their regular offerings. This year, they are excited to announce a giveaway. The more Crystal Coast Restaurant Week restaurants you eat at, the greater the chance you have of winning. Their website says to take a pic of your receipts to enter and has the contest rules. Now, the prize is a 3-night stay at the Beaufort Hotel and Beaufort Wine and Food Spring Festival ticket package. To learn more about the giveaway, you can follow a link on our website, WITN.com. Now, in terms of food, prefixed menus with 2+ courses are offered at prefixed prices, ranging from $20 to $60, depending on the restaurant and mealtime, brunch, lunch, and or dinner. Now, contact the restaurant for questions regarding their menus. You can head down to Beaufort to experience all it has to offer while trying tasty new food and a fresh atmosphere. All starts January 27th and runs through February 3rd. Again, for more information, you can head over to our website, WITN.com. Looking forward to it. Usually Beaufort always puts out some delicious fare. Now, as far as some of the news we've been following in the newsroom, we do have an arrest to bring your attention to. A Beaufort County man is facing several indecent liberty charges involving a child. Beaufort County deputies arrested William Armstrong yesterday. According to court warrants, Armstrong had indecent liberties with a 14-year-old girl in July of 2025. The 62-year-old man has been charged with 5 counts of indecent liberties with a minor. He was taken to the Beaufort County Jail under a $250,000 bond. And now we want to turn our attention to the subpoena and really potential contempt charge against former President Bill Clinton as the Epstein investigation continues to roll on. NBC's Ryan Nobles has more.
This morning, House Republicans are moving to hold former President Bill Clinton in contempt of Congress after failing to appear for a closed-door deposition in the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein.
They continue to delay to the point where we had no idea whether they're going to show up today or not.
Bill and Hillary Clinton were both subpoenaed to appear before the committee this week, but have declined. The former president and Secretary of State arguing the request was legally invalid and that they have already made it clear they know nothing about Epstein's criminal activity, writing in a lengthy letter, quote, "Despite everything that needs to be done to help our country, you are on the cusp of bringing Congress to a halt to pursue a rarely used process literally designed to result in our imprisonment." Adding, every person has to decide when they have seen or had enough and are ready to fight for this country, its principles, and its people, no matter the consequences. For us, now is that time. Though the former president has long denied any wrongdoing, Republicans point out that Clinton has repeatedly appeared in photos and documents connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and he needs to give more information.
No one's accusing Bill Clinton of any wrongdoing. We just have questions.
Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, who wrote the law forcing the Department of Justice to release the Epstein files, believes that anyone connected to Epstein should be willing to answer questions, including the Clintons.
Everyone involved should be providing an explanation, and I have conducted this in a way that doesn't single out Republicans or Democrats.
It's now 26 days past the deadline for when the DOJ said it would release the some 2 million files they have in their possession related to Epstein, and pressure is mounting.
Our goal here is justice for the survivors, and we need Pam Bondi to do the right thing and release all the files.
Again, that was Ryan Nobles reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. It's looking like a wet day a dry day is now turning wet as rain showers are starting to push into eastern North Carolina. Let's take a big picture look at what we've got going on across the east coast of the U.S., and it is looking messy from essentially New Hampshire, extending all the way down into northern and even portions of possibly central Florida coming up later on today. Now, of course, this is going to be followed up by very cold air moving into eastern North Carolina once this system clears the coast early tomorrow morning. For right now, raindrops are fairly light, but they are starting to come down across more inland areas. As we make our way into the later afternoon hours, those of you watching along the coast will also start to see some raindrops moving through. Looks like the heaviest rain right now is moving through just around the Fayetteville area, going to continue to work its way over Sampson and eventually over portions of really Duplin, Pender, Onslow, and potentially even Lenore counties. We'll see how those downpours really hold together. This is what it looks like right now in Washington. 56 degrees, comes with a south-southwesterly breeze at 8 miles an hour. That southwesterly wind is what's keeping our air temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Without the southwesterly wind, air temperatures would be noticeably cooler today, but generally when you're ahead of a cold front, you usually have more of a southerly to southwesterly wind flow. It's exactly where we're at right now. It's exactly why, again, we are seeing a little bit more warmth than what we've got coming up for tomorrow once those winds swing around to the northwest. Now, here's a look at what we've got coming up for the rest of this afternoon. Air temperatures probably holding steady of where they're at. A few of us already into the upper 50s. Some of us maybe a few degrees shy of that mark. But once you get rain showers into the east, we're really going to be holding steady, if not cooling down through, again, the rest of the afternoon. So if you gain a little bit more heat, it's not going to be much, maybe another degree or two on top of what you're already seeing. Later on this evening, air temperatures returning to the 40s by the time we reach 6 p.m. Now, of course, southwesterly winds will hold overnight tonight, trying to keep those air temperatures above freezing. I think they'll do a pretty good job, but it's also going to be a combination of not just your southwesterly winds, but the cloud cover as well. Those clouds are going to be spitting out some showers even as we head past 7 o'clock tonight. Now, of course, once we get past 7, most of those showers are looking a little bit more spotty and light than what we were looking at yesterday, but still do want to mention that you could wake up tomorrow morning to not only a little bit of cloud cover, but also a possibility of some raindrops coming down, particularly for those of you watching on the eastern side of Highway 17. 34 degrees at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, drops to 33 by 8. Northwesterly winds are going to have an impact, but through the day, as we see increased sunshine, we will warm up slightly into the low 40s. Anticipating 41, 42, possibly 43 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Certainly going to feel noticeably colder because of the northwesterly winds. Those are going to be blowing in at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that will keep the feels like temperature all the way down in the 30s. So bring a jacket tomorrow. Even though we're going to be sunny, even though we're going to be dry tomorrow, you're going to want to have a jacket. Here's a look at what raindrops are going to do through the rest of today. Again, pulling away from the coast as we head late into the evening, but it does look like most of those drops are going to be stalling around the sounds once we get to around 6, 7 p.m. at night, and then slowly falling apart as we make our way towards midnight. Now, there will be a secondary round of rain rolling through. Right now, looks fairly light and sparse, certainly not quite as widespread and as heavy as what we're going to be seeing through the rest of this afternoon. But still want to at least make you aware of it. Beyond Thursday morning, it is looking sunny and cold. Again, air temperatures tomorrow likely staying in the low 40s at our very warmest, but it will feel colder than that because of the winds that will be in play. Here's a look at your full 8-day forecast. 45 degrees coming up on Friday after 41 tomorrow. It's still going to feel pretty cold out there on Friday because those winds, well, they'll relax a little bit, not going to go away completely. So 45 degrees will actually feel like we are in the, I would say, between around 39 to 43 degrees on Friday. That's your feels like temperature as we wrap up the work week. Then Saturday, winds shift southwesterly. Looking at 58 degrees for the start of the weekend. Certainly going to feel quite a bit warmer on Saturday than what we've got for your Thursday and Friday. But it's a big pump fake. We're not looking at that warmth sticking around through Sunday. In fact, we could potentially see maybe a few snowflakes mixed in with the rain showers expected to roll through on Sunday. Air temperatures slightly above freezing, 37 degrees. That gives us about a 5-degree window of potential snowfall opportunity. but I'm not anticipating anything actually sticking to the ground, at least at this point. But air temperatures, again, Saturday night into Sunday will be dropping down below freezing, so it's certainly a day we want you to keep an eye on. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, cold, probably a little breezy, but air temperatures again, 19 degrees to start the day, end up in the low 40s for the afternoon. Similar conditions arrive on Tuesday, even though we add a 10% chance of rain. And then through Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we maintain sunshine, but we also maintain a bit of a chill. Now, I do want to say good afternoon to Juanita Harris. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, but that's all we have time for tuning in from Greenville. Thank you, Juanita. Now, we will be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all, including Juanita, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.